The company was already doing over 150 million at the time. But immediately I settled in and I saw what they were doing, I felt, okay, we can do a lot more than this, but how much more can we do? So I set a target as soon as I settled in. And I said, I'd like to see this company hit 1 billion naira in 5 years. And that was just something that was at the back of my mind. I must have written it somewhere because, I was, always writing at the time and all that. And down the stretch somewhere, we started trying to, push. We gained momentum and things started, evolving. And Deji, without me going back to my vision board, exactly year five, we hit 1 billion naira. Exactly year five. It was ridiculous. Even I could not believe it because the year before we had done 650 million, and there was no indication that we would have had that leap to hit 1 billion naira. But somehow, because we had injected that thought in the atmosphere, I had pushed that, desire and aspiration. And it wasn't just an aspiration or some pipe dream. Every year we're setting targets that were reasonable compared to the performance last year, audacious enough and reasonable enough. We kept growing. So we moved from 150, for instance. The first year we had a dip because there was, some fault lines I had seen, and that happened. Then we moved from that to 250 million, moved from 250 million to 500 million as a company. We doubled in 1 year, and that was one of the most difficult years. That was 2016 when you had all that massive devaluation of the Naira. That was Buhari's first year. It was ridiculous. But we scaled and we moved to 500 million. And then 2017, we moved to 650 million. And from 650 million, we hit 1 billion in 5 years without feeling like I was struggling to do it. It was just, for me, that's testament to the power of vision.
So Ty, I want
Sets
to,
up.
because many people are watching this video also want to, a lot of people are building businesses, and what you said now will probably make a lot of people pause and ask themselves what clear steps can they take. So you said something, for example, like you identified certain gaps. How did you go about identifying those gaps? What actions would you say you brought in that was not existing before in the business that led to that journey? If you can just give us some practical tips.
All right. I like practical tips and I like people, taking off the hood and really looking at what exactly, because sometimes success
Yeah.
can be a bit passive. Oh, I did it, God did it, and things like that. But what are the practical steps we took, really?
Mm.
So when you say gaps identification, first of all, let me put a caveat. My background was in consulting. I started my career, even though, of course, I studied chemical engineering, as you know. My first job after, my graduation was in consulting. In fact, this happened before I went for youth service. And so working in management consulting gave me first or front row seat or our first contact with frameworks, whether it's the doing gaps analysis, fishbone analysis, root cause analysis, all those things, the different metrics, to address things, pestle, and you know all the works, right? So that was my training. People underestimate the importance of frameworks in solving problems. I would say that, there are a lot of entrepreneurs who know that they have issues and they're trying to crack it, but they struggle with trying to figure out where to start and how to address things.